Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and here's my co host, Napasa Pradhan. And soon we are going to have a session with a very important topic and very interesting one. But before that, let me go ahead with this disclaimer first. By watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And with that, friends, also make sure that we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and also on X. And you are free to follow us on different social media platforms. That is LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and also on Instagram. And hi, Napasa, how are you doing today?
Good, Sam, and in fact, looking forward for the weekend already. It's Friday and almost nearing the end of our working day, so it's exciting. Always, Fridays, I think, is one of our favorite days. I'm sure most viewers out there will also agree with me. And yes, today is going to be another interesting topic. We're going to discuss about interesting, sensitive, emotional, scary. What do I say? This topic is everything in one go. So yes, we will talk about it, but as usual, we will go with our news updates first. So Sam, why don't you go first?
Sure, why not? So, friends, let me go ahead with my news update first, and that is about government, how they are responding about this new very important thing. And the news is about some. I'm so sorry, I just missed it. Yeah,
No worries.
and it's yeah. Okay, no worries. So my news is about something very important, and this is about the current travel ban. So all we know that there's a current travel ban that's happening in Trump's administration, and so many things are happening right now. Overall, 19 countries have been banned under Trump's administration. People are confused. People are really scared about the things, and now they are not able to understand, what's going on and what's not. So many questions are arising, and right now, so many things are happening under this travel ban thing. And today, also, friends, stay tuned because in this session, we are going to make you understand, how Trump's administration is taking their steps in travel ban, also regarding, also with some case studies. Stay tuned and watch this video till the end because this session is going to be very important, and you can also feel free to participate in the session. That is by dialing 425 with the access code 988888. So over to you, Napasa.
Absolutely, friends. Join us. It's nicer when you join us in the conversation because in messages, I don't think you can speak as much. But feel free to join us. And my news update is also another important one. Limited access because activists and journalists moved from outside Phoenix Immigration Court. Well, in Phoenix, access around a federal immigration court has become restricted. Activists and journalists were asked to leave the private property where the court is located. And the court is housed inside a privately owned office building. And on May 21st and 28th, security personnel and Phoenix police informed protesters and media that they could be cited for trespassing if they remained on the premises without official business. But early June, ropes and no trespassing signs were put up around the plaza. So advocates say that the move limits their ability to support migrants attending hearings, while journalists and photographs now face challenges, documenting events from a distance. And also, if you look at the First Amendment protest, freedom of assembly and the press, legal experts say that the situation is complex due to the court being located on private property. As of now, no citations have been issued, but the public must stay on nearby sidewalks away from the entrance. And the issue highlights ongoing questions about access, rights, and the balance between public interest and private property laws. So that was my news update for you folks, and I would really like to know your views on what do you think about this as well. Maybe shift the court to a non-private property because that's what will only solve the problem, I guess. But that's only me saying. I don't know what is going to happen, but you're also free to tell us what do you think should be done on this case, and feel free to comment. So,
Absolutely. And friends, also don't
yeah.
forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Okay, Nepalsa. So I think now we should, start our discussion with very important, very sensitive, and controversial as well. And the topic is: Could the Boulder attack change how visa overstays are handled? So I think, friends, before diving into the topic, going through the case study, if you can let us know, Nepasa, what's going on, what's happening, then it will be easier for us to understand.
Sure, Sam, I'll do that. So it's a very serious topic that has actually sparked, national concern and also debate because the recent terrorist attack in Boulder, Colorado, and its impact on how United States handles visa overstays. It has become sort of strict, more strict than it already was up until before this event. So I think folks already know about what is happening, but let's discuss on it because it's a violent incident involving an individual who had overstayed his visa and has prompted federal authorities to launch an aggressive crackdown. So this has not only reignited the conversation about immigration policy, but has also led to major actions, including renewed travel bans and deeper scrutiny of visa holders. So yeah, today, we are asking, could the Boulder attack become a turning point in U.S. immigration, enforcement, especially if how we deal with visa overstays, as we already know that there is a lot of visa overstaying which is done by the migrants. So let's see what happens. But to look at what really happened in Boulder, you know, it was like a quiet Sunday. It's a very disturbing event that everyone is really talking about. So it was a quiet Sunday in Boulder, Colorado, and a man named Mohammed Sabri Soliman, an Egyptian national, attacked a small group of people participating in a peaceful demonstration supporting Israeli hostages. And authorities say that he threw Molotov cocktails, which are homemade firebombs, by the way, and tried to ignite a group of about 20 people. At least 12 were injured in this scenario, including elderly individuals and Holocaust survivors. So what's especially troubling is that Solomon has had been living in the US illegally. He arrived in 2022 on a tourist visa that expired early 2023. Despite this, he remained in the country, applied for asylum, and was even issued a work permit for a while, but that too expired. And according to investors, he had been planning the attack for a year, and he waited until after his daughter's graduation to carry it out. Soliman showed no remorse and told authorities that he wanted all Zionist people to die. I mean, that was very, very brutal and harsh of him to say. And the attack happened just as the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, began, and only days after another anti-Semitic incident in Washington D.C. So this is overall what really happened, and there's a lot, lot of talking going on, debates going on, and what is really going to happen. But we'd really like to know, and if you can tell us a little more about, the government crackdown on visa overstays, Sam, it'll be good.
Sure, I would love to. And with that, Meenakshi is also here. So, hi, Meenakshi, and thank you so much for your comment. Stay tuned and watch this video till the end because soon we are going to take up your comment. So, friends, talking about the bigger picture about the visa overstays, that how government is responding to visa overstays right now. So, after the incident, as what Napasa has shared, it's a very disturbing incident and it's a very shocking one because, under Trump's administration, when we are hearing so many things regarding any crime coming from illegal immigrants, then it's automatically making us feel very tensed and very scared too. But let's see how is it going to impact on visa overstays. So, friends, we all know that every year, many people enter the US legally with different kinds of visas, such as like tourist, student, or work visa. And these visas allow them to stay for a certain time. However, some people stay longer than they are allowed to. And this is what is known as visa overstaying. So, when someone overstays their visa, they are in the country illegally, even if they came in legal way or illegal way whatsoever. But if they are staying overstaying, then they will be termed as illegal immigrant. We'll take the example of this person, Solomon. Then he came to US on a tourist visa, which lets him visit for a short time. While here, he asked for asylum, saying that he needed protection because of danger that he was facing in his home country. But after his visa got expired and the asylum request was denied or not approved, he stayed anyway. And this has, raised a big discussion across the country about how to handle these types of situations, because somebody who is asking regarding asylum, automatically we are a little vulnerable to that person, right? So at this time, there's a big question whether to be emotional or whether to be practical. So there are certain questions that people are asking that includes that how can government better track these visa holders so that those who overstay can be found. And that's very well put up, because when we are not allowing somebody to overstay, then why are they doing that? And also, is the asylum process fair and strong enough? So I think, Nipasa, earlier, whenever we used to talk about asylum seekers, we always have that uh, little soft corner for those people, right? But now, when the cases we are seeing right now, it's always creating that question mark, because we are not sure, whether that person who is having that asylum is actually a right one or a not, or are they like misusing their thing. Also, could people who overstay visas or misuse asylum pose a risk to the country's safety? Absolutely, and that's what we have been seeing in this case, that people who are overstaying or people who are here illegally are somehow creating a chaos in the country and also making other citizens in risk. Overall, I think this shows how difficult it is to manage the whole immigration system, that too in 2025, because the government wants to protect people who truly needs, but also want others to need to enforce laws and keep the country safe. So I think this is a very tragic attack that happened and has put the spotlight, on how visa overstays can turn into a very serious security concerns. And the government's tough response is also from, arrest to new travel bans, and so many things are happening, and it also shows that immigration enforcement is once again front and center in US politics. So Napasa, if you can also let us know something about travel ban and new executive orders and how these things are linked to it, please go ahead.
Sure, Sam. And all, I mean, I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't generalize this, but Solomon, I'm sure that he was not very, very mentally stable. I mean, not a normal person will be able to take such a huge step. I mean, harming any other individual, I don't think that anybody can just do that like that. So I cannot imagine what is going on in
Mhm.
his mind, the anger, what may have caused it, everything else. Well, that aside, and yes, coming back to the point, the return of the travel ban. Yes, folks out there, already there are lists, there are red zones, there are orange zones, and there is more to it. So yes, the Boulder attack also led to a major policy decision. So the revival of the travel ban has come again, and President Trump signed a new executive order shortly after the attack. Barring entry to nationals from 12 countries, including Iran, Libya, Sudan, Somalia, and Yemen. Citing concerns about inadequate security screening in those regions. So, in addition, partial travel restrictions are being imposed, on countries like Cuba, Laos, Venezuela, and Turkmenistan. And the policy aims to, limit all the entry from these places where the US believes that it cannot effectively vet travelers. But it's
Yeah.
also very important to clarify that the travel ban does not apply to lawful permanent resident individuals with valid US visas or people attending international events like the World Cup or Olympics. Also, those who aided US military operations or are fleeing persecution may still qualify for exceptions. So this move is a little controversial and likely to face challenges as it did in Trump 1.0, like if you look back at 2017. And the
Hmm.
government also argues that it is necessary for national security,
Yeah.
so this might prevail, and the administration says that these steps are being taken to prevent similar tragedies and ensure that the US is not vulnerable to threats from abroad. it's very important to take the step because I don't know how else are they going to screen this, but I think this is the only option. All people overstaying the visas, as discussed by you, Sam, they're already staying here illegally. So sooner or later, they would have to face this. So I think it's going to happen now.
Absolutely, and it's going to impact, in a very different way, in a very major way, because incidents like these are really shocking, and automatically, it is giving more reason that why the administration are taking these bold steps. Well, anyways, let me go ahead with my new another segment, and that I'm going to talk about, family detained and questions that are around awareness. So, after the attack, the administration has taken a very, I would say, a very bold step, a very strong step, and that is that family of the attacker was about to detain. That's right. So, immigration officers have detained the wife. Okay, they were not about to detain, but like almost they detained the wife and five children of the attacker, and also Mohammed Soleiman. And authorities are now investigating whether they knew about his plan or not. So it's like authorities are still in the question, they are still in that suspicion, they are thinking that was the family was also involved in that plan or not, and were the children were also know about this plan or not. Also, the family might be deported, and this shows that the government is now cracking down on visa overstays more seriously. So the attacker Mohammed Soleiman told police that his family did not know anything about the attack, but police found an iPhone that was hidden in a drawer at his home, and it has some messages to his family written before the attack. And later, his wife gave the phone to the police, saying that it was shared by the family. So I think these are the things very confusing, and automatically, if the police are handling these types of cases, obviously they'll doubt the family members too. And that too, when these family members are hiding the phone in the drawer, and there are certain messages that that man is sharing with his wife, that too before the attack. So I think it's too soon to say anything, but with the evidences, with the investigation that we have got right now, it's like for now the family is in custody and may be deported soon while the investigation continues. So many questions are being raised, and most important questions are here that, did the family was also involved, and why didn't they tell anyone about this incident if they were that true? So it's a very sensitive thing, and it will be little difficult to understand that it's not only the man who was involved, but also the family if the
Yeah,
investigation goes that way. So I think let me go ahead with Meenakshi's comment here. I don't want to wait her more longer. So hi
sure.
Meenakshi, and thank you so much for your comment. Let's see what is the comment. It is at the direction of the Secretary of Homeland Security, Christine Nguyen. US CBP, ICE, and USCIS are ramping up the review of immigration records and will take immediate appropriate actions to crack down on visa overstays stemming from the Biden administration's failure to enforce the law. Absolutely, Meenakshi, and that you have put up very well. And that's what we have been talking from the beginning of the session, that it's going to be very strict right now, especially for those people, who are overstaying. So, friends, it is better, to be very aware about the incidents, about the things that's happening, and keep yourself safe and try to be on the right path. And if you have any tension, if you have any worries, then please go ahead and consult with an immigration attorney right now, not tomorrow or not day after tomorrow. I think this is the very important time, and this is the high time. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, that is Immigration Talk Show. And Napasa, why don't you go ahead and read out Christopher's comment too?
Sure. Christopher says, following the terrorist attack in Boulder, Colorado, USCIS announced new measures together with US CBP and ICE. These efforts will include the following key actions. USCIS, CBP, and ICE will more closely review immigration records to identify individuals who have overstayed their visas. ICE will prioritize investigating and apprehending suspected visa overstays through stronger enforcement actions. USCIS, CBP, and ICE will initiate expedited removal, apply legal penalties, and impose bars on future entry into the United States. And USCIS will revise policies to tighten enforcement related to the issuance of visitor visas and the visa waiver program to reduce overstay rates. That is absolutely right. Very well put in a summary what we have been discussing for over 20 minutes, Christopher. Thank you so much for this, actually, So it's true what you have mentioned, and it's what is expected. So we are going to see this happen, friends. And if you have anything to say on this as well, please feel free to comment. You can also check us out on not just here on YouTube, but also on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, on Instagram as well. Connect with us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. So thank you for this. And actually, yes, before we go, I think we could just wrap it up in a quick way. But I just wanted to, talk about the long-term policy changes, what could happen next. And well, Christopher did that for me. So I think it's time to wrap it up to say that it's
Yeah.
really clear that the Boulder attack has deeply impacted both the immigration system and even the national security dialogue, right? And most of the visa holders and immigrants follow the rules, and they contribute to the US economy positively. And the incident has reminded us of the importance of effectively tracking and enforcement. So, whether it's overstay detection, asylum processing, travel bans, the policies that follow will need to be thoughtful, fair, and also focused on keeping communities safe without undermining the values of openness and due process. So, yes, we will continue to follow this story closely and bring you updates and new developments as they unfold. So, do not forget to ring that bell as well and subscribe to our channel if you haven't as yet. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. So, I
Yeah.
hope you really found this conversation helpful. And don't forget to also like and share this content with your friends and family who could benefit most. So, yeah, I think that's it, right, Sam?
Absolutely. And with that, friends, the great thing is that you can also go ahead and, share any topic that you would like us to know or, have a discussion on Monday. Then you can also email Nipasa on her email ID, that is nipa@staffingly.com. Her phone number is also available. That is 408-335-6444. You can also email me on my email address, that is sam@staffingly.com. And with that, friends, thank you so much for being here. It was really a very important discussion and a very necessary one, regarding what's happening in the world of immigration. To keep yourself updated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Also, follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And with that, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, Minakshi and Christopher. It would be lovely if you could have directly dial up this number with the access code and join us here. Not to worry, friends. See you on Monday. Till then, happy weekend. Enjoy these 2 days. Refresh yourself, and we'll be coming back soon on Monday. Till then, take care, everyone, and thank you for watching this session.
Bye, everyone.